Hey, it's a brand new day. Welcome to the Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray, your host and publisher of zoneofgenius.com, and I'm glad you're here today. Welcome to a brand new episode. Don't miss out. Check out zoneofgenius.com for all the insights so you don't miss out on what we're talking about on the Rundown with Ramon show. Listen, we're going to talk about today, one, the power of showing up for others. Is that a human responsibility? We're going to talk about my workout routine. I just talked about it today a bit. I posted it on social media. 2 minutes. 2 minutes is what I do every single day to work out. Is that enough? Is it not enough? I don't know. Maybe it should be more. 2 minutes a day plus 30-minute power walk. So we're going to touch on showing for others 2-minute exercise routine. Airbnb gets more interactive with the new app features, but it's much more than that. What that means for you and me. OpenAI is doing some pretty cool things. OpenAI, one of the leading AI platforms, automating now banking busy work. This is very meaningful. In addition to viewing a Chat GPT-powered web browser, it's not the first, it's not the last to do this, but I thought it was very interesting. So we're going to talk about that and more today on today's Rundown with Ramon. And listen, when you go home at night, you lock the door of your house, click, click. When you leave your car, you lock your car door, beep, beep. Well, here's my question. Is your business secure? If it's not secure, you need to check out Bitdefender Small Business Security Solutions. Go to bitdefender.com/Ramon, bitdefender.com/Ramon, and check it out. In addition to that, do you have complex passwords? Are you using two-factor authentication? Are you being alert before you click on something and just clicking on it willy-nilly? Are you doing these things in addition to making sure you've installed Bitdefender Small Business Security Solutions on your computer, on your tablet, on your phone, on all the devices that are connected to the internet? Welcome to a brand new edition of the Rundown with Ramon. And Ayana, thanks for being here, tuning in while practicing. I am honored to join you, Ayana, from the Musical Web on your practice routine. Thank you so much for joining me here. It's always good to have friends on the Rundown with Ramon. Check out this 39-second message from our friends at Bitdefender.
It starts with something small. An email, a phone call, a fake invoice. It looks real. It sounds urgent. One wrong move, and your business pays the price. Small businesses are easy targets for cyber criminals. With Bitdefender, they lose every time. Enjoy unstoppable security and real peace of mind so you can fight for success, not against cyber threats. Real-time protection, zero stress. Get Bitdefender today.
All right. That beautiful message from Bitdefender. So here's what I wanted to touch on today. Point number one, I was doing my morning workout today, and I said, let me time how long this workout takes. And it takes about 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, a little more than 2 minutes for my morning workout. But I got me thinking, is that enough? And I guess, of course, the question is, well, Ramon, how much do you want? I have my friends like Ernest Curie, who's a kind of a what do you call it? Not a bodybuilder, but a physique expert. You know, his body's like perfectly built. I'm not trying to get there to have ab after ab after ab. I'm not trying to have the perfect looking body. For me, I just want to feel healthy and move and be able to go up and down the stairs well. I want to be able to live a healthy life. I want to be able to stretch and bend and carry boxes for my wife and take out the trash healthily and all those kind of basic things we do. I'm not going for a triathlon. I'm not trying to be the next Mr. Navy SEAL. But my exercise routine is basically 20 to 30 slow push-ups. If I go fast, I can do many more. But 20 to 30 slow and purposeful push-ups. I do stretching to touch my toes. Do some stretching on my core, hands up, and go from side to side, stretch that with intentionality. Do some lunges to stretch my calves and my thighs and all those kind of things, whatever that does for you. I do some squats. And then, as I said, my push-ups. And after that, I do a 30-minute power walk outside or at the gym if it's freezing cold. And so that's my workout routine. And my message today is that it doesn't always take a lot to get good results. My workout routine is not very long. It's not too intense, but it's getting me good results that are good for me. And I would dare say probably better than 90% of the other people in the world, or America for sure, or males. So my question to you is, what are the small things you're doing, the habits you're doing, the incremental things that you're doing that might make a big difference in your life? It doesn't have to be a lot, but oftentimes it does need to be absolutely intentional. This is what it needs to be. It needs to be done with intentionality. This is the key. So what are you doing in your life that may not be purposeful, that may not be long, that may not be intense, but that's very purposeful and very intentional and gets the results you want? My name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon Show. Ding, 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 ding. Next up, wanted to talk about a very important issue, and I think the important issue I wanted to share today is the power of showing up for others. Do we show up for others? And the bigger question is, do we have an obligation even to show up for others? I've been thinking about this today because for the last few days, I've not been on WhatsApp and Facebook and Instagram and where else do I post it to? Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn, and doing my usual good morning, where I say good morning to people every single day. I just, for whatever reason, not been feeling it, kind of in a little bit ish, not been feeling it. So I said, do I owe it to people, though, the many, many, many people, it feels like hundreds of people who tell me, Ramon, your message of the morning, your message of the day inspires me and speaks to me. Do I owe it to people to show up in that way and to do it? Even though I may not feel like it, do I owe it to other people to do it? Do I owe it to other people to show up for them? Do I owe it to other people? Is it an obligation, responsibility? Is it my human responsibility? I don't have an answer for that, but as I share this today, I'm thinking maybe very much it is a responsibility. Maybe I owe it to the others, to show up for them and inspire them, even if I don't feel like it. Maybe that's my gift to humanity. So the question I'm struggling with is, do we have an obligation? Do we have a gift that's inside of us that we have an obligation, a God-given gift, how we show up? And if we don't give it to others, if we don't share it with others, are we causing somebody else to miss out? That's the question of the day. Is that an obligation? Is that a responsibility? Is that something that we are called to do as humans, to share with others? And or if it's not share with others, which is my calling, my bigger question is, do we each have a calling that we're responsible for giving to contribute to humanity? That's my question of the day, because I'm struggling with it. My thing is, I felt for years to show up and say good morning and inspire people every single morning with a short little post on my WhatsApp to a special segment of people in my church, or I do it as a Facebook story, I do it as an Instagram story, but I paused doing it because I just didn't feel like it, and sometimes I feel icky inside. And I've not done it for about a week or several days. And I wondered, should I do that? Is me not showing up, is me not being there, taking somebody else's blessing, not inspiring somebody else, not motivating somebody else? Should I be doing that? Am I not doing what I need to do, what God's called me to do? That simple task of waking up in the morning and inspiring and saying good morning or hello to somebody else. That's the question of the day today. So if you're hearing the sound of my voice, I'd like to know what you think. If you feel that we are called to do something for somebody else, in my case, it's waking up in the morning and saying good morning or inspiring others. In your case, it could be a word of encouragement. In your case, it could be showing up for your family. In your case, it could be something totally different. But are we each human called to do something for humanity? I'm curious what you think. If you think we're called to do that, do me a favor, put called in the comments. If you feel we are called to do it, put called in the comments. But if you feel we don't have an obligation to do that, I'd be curious, put not called in the comments. And again, you may be watching this live. You could be watching this on demand in our Twitter feed, in our LinkedIn feed, in our Facebook feed, other channels we have it on YouTube and more. That's my question, what I struggle with today. Are we called to contribute? Or can we just go to work? Can we take care of our family? That's an obligation we have. Take care of our family, take care of our wives or our husbands, our little community around us, obey the traffic laws, and that's it. Or are we called for more? I don't have the answer. I'm struggling with that for me. Am I called for more? And when I don't do the things that I've been doing and that somebody may miss out on, that I may be short-circuiting somebody on, am I not doing what I should be doing in the world? That's my question of the day. But we're going to move on, because I'd like your comments, like your thoughts, like your input on, are we called to do more, or is it okay that we are mediocre? Is it okay that we just go on in light and more so take from life, called life, more so take from life instead of being contributors? I guess that's part of the question as well. Ding, 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 ding. Welcome to a brand new edition of the Rundown with Ramon. Interesting news today. Airbnb gets more interactive with new app features. Saw this on LinkedIn News. And here's what it says about Airbnb. A new direct messaging feature on the Airbnb app will allow users attending so-called experiences to communicate with one another before and after scheduled events. Additionally, Airbnb's artificial intelligence chatbot can now cancel reservations and adjust dates. It's all part of the travel tech giant's push beyond homestays, which it showcased with a redesigned app that launched in May. The company also made a second foray into what it calls experiences and services in July after a similar effort in 2016 failed to catch on. Side note nugget, it's making a second foray. It's going into it again to do it again. Experiences and services. But here's my question of the day. Why is WhatsApp doing this? Again, a direct messaging feature allowing users attending experiences to communicate with one another because it knows that nothing beats the human experience. And this is interesting. Airbnb, this billion-dollar valuation company, is doing this, yes, for their profits, and that's great. Glad they're doing this. But they know that nothing beats human connectivity. Nothing beats services. Nothing beats bringing people together. When you bring people together, that human experience, you can't be beat. AI, chat GPT, bots, and all those things can't beat it because it's inside of us. God put it in us to connect with each other. So my question for you today, my challenge for you today in your business, what can you do to bring people together? I've done that a few times this past few months in my Ramon meetups. When I travel to another city, I bring people together, invite people to get together in a Ramon meetup. I should have a Ramon Ray meetup, and Ramon Ray meetup. And people have enjoyed it. It's been 10 people, been 4 people, got together and just connected. So my question to you today, what can you do to bring people together around your business, around your brand? What can you do? This is the question. Hey, LaShawn, glad you're here. LaShawn says this so beautifully. Good morning. We all have a gift that is valuable. We are all valuable gifts, different than what makes us individual and uniquely different. Yes, called. Woo! LaShawn, you are speaking to me this morning. Shame on me for not showing up as I probably know I should be. Thank you, LaShawn, for sharing that. And others, as you're hearing this message, if you feel that we are called to show up, put called in the chat. If you feel that we're not called and we don't have to show up for others, we can just do what we're doing in life and put not called in the chat. Ding, 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 ding. OpenAI's new project aims to automate banking busy work. OpenAI is paying more than 100 former investment bankers around $150 an hour to train financial models that streamline entry-level tasks in finance, Bloomberg reports, citing anonymous sources. Codenamed Mercury and described by Bloomberg as secretive, the project represents the $500 billion startup's latest attempt to tailor its services to a specific industry and become profitable. Among the work it plans to automate with AI, restructurings, initial public offerings, IPOs, and the spreadsheet drudgery that accompanies live deals. What I like about this is that whether it's OpenAI or the other platforms that are coming, is that this is where the world is going. Things that are monotonous, things that are repeatable, things that you can train somebody to do, you can train a smart college student to do over and over and over and over and over again, see facts and data points. AI can do it. There's no judgment. There's no nuance, even though eventually AI can do that. And sometimes it can do some of that now. But the automated things that we do, OpenAI is saying we can do this. And what they're doing is make it specific for industries. They're getting now into the banking industry. That's a billion-dollar, trillion-dollar, gazillion-dollar industry. So I thought that was interesting news of the day. Alexandria Nicole is here. Good day, Alexandria, to you too. Thanks for being here on the Rundown with Ramon show. Always glad to have you here, Alexandria. Thank you. Ding, 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 ding. Also, OpenAI, Chat GPT news. OpenAI debuts a Chat GPT powered browser called Atlas. OpenAI has announced an official artificial intelligence powered web browser called Atlas that promises to let users bring Chat GPT functionality with them to any website. So you don't have to leave the browser to use AI. You can use it right within there. For example, somebody looking up a recipe could use Atlas to order the ingredients online. Now, Microsoft Bing has that to a degree. It's kind of not integrated. I think there's some shopping features or something in Microsoft Edge browser. It's been there for a while, but it's not tightly integrated. So we'll have to see how the AI browser is doing that. On Tuesday, OpenAI made Atlas available globally via Mac OS, which with plans to expand to Windows, iOS, and Android at an unspecified date in the future. Keeping in mind, in July, Perplexity launched its own AI-powered web browser called Comet. So now we have Chrome, which of course is the dominant browser from Google. And then of course we have Edge. And don't forget that Zoho as well has launched a browser some time ago. Ooh la, they were way ahead of this, as Zoho often is. And Zoho says this: private, secure, super fast. We believe it shouldn't cost your privacy to browse the internet. That's why we've built a browser that respects your privacy, protects your personal data, and is designed to upgrade the way you work online. So Ula's been here for a while. There's other browsers out there. But of course, ChatGPT, OpenAI, having a lot of the fame, and Hubaloo, because they who they are, their browser here is integrating directly with AI as Perplexity, and as who's the other browser I mentioned? And as a Perplexity has as well with Comet. Everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This has been a brand new addition to the Rundown with Ramon. Thanks for joining me here. I appreciate that. And I hope I'm making an impact in your life. Hope I'm making an impact in your day. If I can help you somewhat, hit me up, email me, DM me on the social media somewhere, and let me know that you're enjoying the episode of the Rundown with Ramon. Here's the message of the day I want to tell you. Be the best human you can be. Strive to make an impact in the world. Be very intentional about uplifting other people. We have too much negativity dragging people down. Focus on your health. Simple things you can do to eat well, watch what's going into your body, move your body, build some muscle mass and stretch. That's pretty much what you need to do to live a healthy life and to be the best person you can be that God's made you to be. Alexandria, thanks for being here. LaShawn, thanks for being here. Ayanna, thanks for being here. And the many of you that are watching, the many of you that watch the show afterwards, thanks for being here. Make an impact and comment. Let me know you're watching the show, even if you're watching it on demand. Glad you're here today. My name is Ramon Ray. This has been the Rundown with Ramon, brought to you by Bitdefender. Do me a favor, go to bitdefender.com/Ramon, bitdefender.com/Ramon to make sure your business is as secure as can be. Thanks for being here. I will see you tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take care, be blessed, and have an amazing, amazing